Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm sat here on my couch today in my Christmas pajamas because as per the title suggested, we'll be chatting away Christmas decorations. Christmas has been on my mind since September, if not October, and no, I'm not crazy. It's just because of the type of work that I have to deal with. We do have to plan relatively ahead. But for the month of November, I've been really trying to brainstorm and figure out what we want to do for Christmas this year. Now, technically, it is not our first Christmas in our home. We did move in mid-December last year, but as you can imagine, moving into a brand new place, we didn't really have like a moment with Christmas. So this is like the first year that I'm really getting into the mood to start our Christmas decoration at home this year. And it is not like we're hosting any huge Christmas parties or anything, but I do love the cozy, festive feelings during, the cold winter nights, sipping your hot chocolate with moody candles and fairy lights around. I also love the floor arrangements during this time of the year, as per the last video I posted of some random clips of me making my own Christmas wreath. It just brings me so much joy. So in this video, I'd like to share with you the ideas I plan to bring to life. It honestly took me quite a while to really figure out and narrow down what suits our style, our house, and where to begin our Christmas decor collection. I feel like it can get super daunting and very overwhelmed if you do not have a mood board or a clear vision of the style of decor that you're going for. I personally love all things Christmas, be it candy cane themed, white frosty Christmas themed, vintage Christmas vibes, or the classic red and green theme. I love it. I love snow globes, I love nutcrackers, I love garlands, the whole shebang. So if I don't have a mood board, I can be really sidetracked. At the same time, I think it is important to figure out what style you like to bring back year after year and build your collection on that instead of changing up styles every year and splurging on completely new Christmas decorations every year. Even though the thought of that is nice, unless you're a Kardashian, realistically, it can add up in terms of money spent and storage as well. I've gathered a few inspo images that we can scroll and have a chat through. Obviously, I'll pop them on the screen as well. We have been browsing some of the shops locally, so maybe I will insert some of the clips, kind of like a shop with me. And lastly, I will share with you guys some of the items I've picked up for Christmas so far. But I do prefer the idea of adding special pieces year after year rather than meaninglessly bulk buying home decor pieces. Not that there's anything wrong with it, I just like my pieces to be more selective and have a more sentimental meaning behind it. Let me just get myself comfortable here. Now, I do have two areas that I like to focus my Christmas decorations in, the living room and the kitchen. So let's start with the living room and talk about the Christmas tree. I'm not going to have a Christmas tree because I do have 4 cats. I love them to bits, but like I said to Brian, this is the biggest sacrifice of having cats. If you have never seen like cats and Christmas tree memes on Facebook before, where have you been? I don't want to put myself in that situation, but I do like to kind of envision what kind of tree that we might have if we were to have a tree. I don't know about the maintenance of having a real tree, but I do love how these trees are not perfect and have a lot of negative space around it. I just feel like it adds so much more drama and character to the space. I also love the minimal decorations. There are some paper honeycomb decors. There's some natural wooden pieces. The thing with the living room is, after a year of creating furniture pieces for the living room, one thing I find I lack is adding warmth to the place. I do have a carpet or rug that I have in mind. I think the key to add more warmth and depth to the place is to add more darker tones. I don't know why it's so hard for me to buy like darker black or like walnut pieces. Maybe online it just looks so much easier to match with like cream or white color items, be it candlesticks, be it candles or furniture pieces or pillows. I find it's so much easier to buy like neutral pillows rather than dark pillows, but it is the dark elements that I find ground and warm up the place so much more. Anyway, sidetracking, but this is something that I definitely remind myself to work on, and that also translates to when shopping for Christmas decorations as well. So I really like these wooden little Christmas tree ornaments. The dark cabinets. Ooh, I like how there's like a golden big oversized bauble as well. And just like Christmas presents wrapped in black wrapping. Now I really like this image here, the one with a few colors. I think it can be something that I can try next year maybe. But I do like how there is a holly or mistletoe hung on door frame. I think that is something that we might incorporate. I also really like the paper garland hanging. I find that paper decorations are a lot more common than previous years. Maybe I just haven't noticed them, but there have been so much like I said, like paper garlands, paper honeycomb ornaments, paper stars, paper Christmas trees. In a way, I think it is because it is much easier to store it back, but it is also easier to damage. So I don't know, I'm kind of like torn in between if I like paper decorations or not. Worst case scenario is they are recyclable, so that's something to keep in mind. Now, this picture here is an alternative to a Christmas tree, just having a branch of noble fir or some kind of pine in a glass jar with minimal, again, natural or gingerbread decorations. I think that is quite nice to incorporate maybe in the kitchen. It would be nice to be in the living room, but I don't want the cats to eat them, so just putting it out there. I also really like how this picture here is of just a natural branch with baubles hanging down. I don't have a space for this specific display in mind, but again, you know, I really like how incorporating real, like natural materials. I don't think I'll be purchasing any like faux materials, just personal preference. But again, like referencing this photo, I like how there's like real natural material versus more neutral color palette decorations. So this image here, I think it is a great alternative if we were to remove the painting above our fire surround. I think it can be a nice installation. I don't know if I'm going to incorporate it this year. I'm just adding it there. I like how there's a simple trunk, natural ornaments hanging down. I also really like that glass dome in the picture. I like the black candlestick. I like the tree. Now, this image here, I don't necessarily love the vibe. It's a little bit too girly for me. What I can resonate with this inspo is the non-working file surround in our living room, and I like how they just have like logs stacked in front of it. I think that is something that we can incorporate, and also like how they have like candles cascading away from the fireplace. I like how the logs are placed. I like the candlesticks above, also like the candles at the bottom. Now these two images are more referencing the fire surround, like the fireplace display. There has been a lot of these candlelit glass houses in the market at the moment. There were some in Zara Home, there were some in like Primark, there were some in Anthropologie. Again, they can be quite generic. I found some really nice ones that actually mean something to me and Brian, and I plan to collect them over the years, and I'll show you guys in the haul after going through these mood boards. Going back to the reference photos, I also like how they used old books stacking to create heights and layers and texture. I also like the candlestick or the pine garland and the wooden Christmas tree decorations as well. Now, these two inspo images are more out of my comfort zone, or no, they're just bits that I really like. I like how as simple as stacking a stool with a pillow creates a warm effect and different height to the room. I also like their stockings. I love the glass dome. And I mean, the second image of the garland installation, wow, I'd love to do it for my home if my cats don't play with the foliage, but you know them, they will definitely be going crazy. So maybe one day. Yeah, I love the dramaticness and again the foraged look of that floral installation. These are another idea of dressing the fire surround. I like how there's more black tones to it, again reminding myself to buy a little bit more black items, be it ribbons or candlesticks. I also like how there's a wooden log thingy at the bottom. On the coffee table, they have a simple wide glass jar with ilex foliage sticks arranged in it effortlessly. Right, so this image here is a bit dramatic for my liking, but I do like how it is so impactful with very big but thin wreath. It can be something, again, replace my painting with, but I don't think I'll be doing it this year. I love again the warmth that it has. Just picking up little details like the candlesticks, the foliage sticks. I like the red velvet stocking here. I've been in the lookout for stockings, but I'm trying to avoid buying red because it doesn't go with the theme that I'm going for this year. It is honestly so easy to buy red because red and green is basically everywhere. But yeah, if I find like a neutral, textural, rich color and good quality one, I would like to have some hang around my fireplace. Again, this is a more like a dramatic tablescape. It would be nice to actually wrap some presents just as a decor, honestly. And I also really like this image here. I like how there's black candlesticks, the foliage garland, the white houses, the cream stockings, and just like little tones of black that grounds the place. I'm not a big fan of this tree here, but yeah, I do like the fireplace of this image here. Sorry, I think there's like a helicopter flying through. So these images are from West Elm and CB2. Again, I'm a big fan of like crackers, but when we visited the garden center, there were so many beautifully crafted nutcrackers. But when narrowing it down to the theme, I realized that it doesn't really go. It is a lot more like classic Christmas style. Whereas these ones, I feel like matches the style that we're going for. These can be easily do it yourself though. However, I'm having a hard time looking for ones that are like 40 centimeters. I found some that are like 20 centimeters and 12 centimeters, but they are quite miniature. I want some a little bit more oversized. So to play with the scale a bit in the living room, spray paint it with matte black or matte white. I'll mostly go for the black because, like I said, I want to add in more darker tones to the living room. It doesn't sound too hard to achieve, but it's just about like shopping for the wooden nutcracker itself. And here are again paper decorations. Paper stars are quite like a Scandinavian style. In this image here, I like how they kind of scattered it on the stairway. I think it is something that we can incorporate in our entrance hall. Sorry, my legs are getting a bit sleepy. I also really like the foliage garland. I love the console table. I've been meaning to get a console table for so long now, just never really got to it. But yeah, I like the branches. I sound like a broken record, but I like the candlesticks. I like the mini tree. I mean, I like the little lantern as well, but I just don't feel like I need it this year. Referencing the photo next to it, again, branches, noble fir in a basket. You don't really think about putting it together, but just like adds in more nature, tying in the outdoor into the indoor a lot more. Now, moving on to the kitchen, I feel like we can have a little bit more fun because we usually keep the cats away from the kitchen. Gingerbread houses. I love gingerbread houses. I feel like it is kind of like a tradition or something that I love to do during Christmas year after year, if not every other year. These gingerbread houses are next level. I love it. It's like a greenhouse but in a gingerbread style. I usually just buy those gingerbread house decorating kit. I never really baked my own, nor do I think I'll bake my own this year. I love the greenhouse vibes, the clear windows, the white only piping, something that I need to try and stick to this year because over the years I've been so excited that I always mix like different color piping and adorn the gingerbread with different candies. So maybe just white but more detailed for this year's gingerbread house. I also love the closures or these gingerbread house in glass containers. It's such a great way to preserve them, avoid like insects and ants as well, but also make such an impactful display. I love how they incorporated gelatin sheets. So smart and just so gorgeous. Now, another gingerbread house inspo. I think this is something that I can definitely incorporate into my kitchen island. We got some mini gingerbread house from IKEA that we can scatter along kitchen island when we do dress it up for a dinner. I also love how they incorporated candles in the gingerbread house, a great design alternative to candle stands. More gingerbread house inspo, again sticking to the all natural white theme this year. It's very tempting to add in like different colors, but I find myself always pinning the white gingerbreads, so let's try to stay in my lane this year. This is a cute little present decor inspo I found, even just as a decor piece or actually wrapping presents for family or friends, or Secret Santa. So the last few slides are just more natural materials. I got a small tree, but like this picture is like a various bunch of small Christmas trees. Again, I love the oversized yarn, I love the scissors, I love the paper wrapping. I also really like how there's like a garland around the lamp. I'm not sure if that's something that I would incorporate. I do like that color palette and the overall vibe of it. Lastly, here are some candles with like foliage tied with a very nice ribbon. I think that is something that I'm going to incorporate as well, just to add more details to any tablescape. Otherwise, layering the table with a sheer table runner with foliage and tall candlesticks would be nice too. So this is a kind of inspo for this year's Christmas decoration. Again, with sustainability in mind, a style that is not too niche and something that can build onto year after year if my style do happen to evolve. Hey guys, I'm in my living room now. I just put together some of the pieces that we purchased over the week. I think it is nice to start shopping as well, because a lot of items you might be able to enjoy Black Friday discount. So hopefully you'll be able to get some good deals rather than paying full price for Christmas decorations. Like I said, we went to Christmas decor shopping. We went to the garden center, we went to IKEA, we went to Metal Hall in Sheffield, we went to the town center like Marks and Spencer's and everything. But honestly, like their Christmas selection offline, like in stores, is quite underwhelming. I don't think I bought a lot at all. Like I bought some candles from IKEA. That's it basically. My favorite so far, which is not home decor related at all, is Primark. This is where I also got these pajamas. I love Primark for their fuzzy pajamas. It's just so warm and cozy, and the patterns are just so fun. So I highly recommend those, be it for yourself or Christmas presents. So cute. Anyway, so most of these stuff are purchased online, and most of the items are mostly for the living room. So the first items are the items I got from West Elm. I feel like West Elm is quite a good place to shop because it does have a little bit more American interior design influence to it. However, their desktop website is super glitchy, so I never had a good experience browsing the store, so I just ended up using my phone to place the order. These are some wooden trees that I bought. Like I said, in our living room, we want to add more warm touches to the space because a lot of things here, I'll insert a picture here, are cream, and I just don't love it. And so I've been encouraging myself to be more brave and get more darker tone materials, starting with these Christmas trees. And I also got some Black Friday discount off these Christmas trees as well. So they're like not even Christmas tree, they're like wooden cones. So I got this in a pine color, the white wooden color. You can purchase these as a set, but you can also purchase them individually. So this one is of a walnut stain, and they have different heights to it. If I love the Christmas setting that I'm doing this year, maybe I can do like a Christmas home tour. I don't know, but that's another topic for another day. This is also from West Elm, and basically you can just kind of put it in a plastic bag so it does not get like water stain over the years. Super slim to store. There are magnets here, so you can just throw it around and they will snap shut. I just thought this is quite unique shape. This is like 29 pounds, so it's super expensive in my opinion for a paper decoration. But again, I just love the curve. The green is okay too, but I feel like it will go quite well with the tree assortment that I got here. This is my 4th tree decoration. Now remember, this is our first time having any Christmas decorations. The previous years we lived in, we never really bought anything for Christmas. So this is just 400 indoor-outdoor Christmas lights in warm white. I got this in Home Bargains because I appreciate how there's a plastic box to it rather than those who are like a pound cheaper. It has a paper box. It's better to store. I don't know, just something to pay attention to if that is something that you prefer or have a preference towards. But I plan to line them outside our patio. I don't know how it's gonna go, but yeah, it will add more festive vibes to the house, I guess. And this arrived today. You know how I said no fresh Christmas trees? I got these mini ones. This is from Bloom and Wild, where they have like letterbox flower subscriptions, but they also do trees during Christmas as well. So these are real. I had to repot it. I have to water it once a week. And after Christmas, the nice thing about it is I can repot it outside our garden. I don't know how they will actually survive, or will they actually survive. It came with like Christmas lights, but I thought I can kind of like package this bit up, referencing the reference photos or inspo photos that I discussed just now, and maybe have like 2 more. It's quite tall actually, but yeah, we'll see what to do with these. Lastly then, these are the little tea houses that I found. We got it from Dot Maison, so it is a Scandinavian brand. What I love about these ones rather than the ones from Zara Home, from Marks & Spencer, is these were actually architecture from Copenhagen. So me and Brian visited Copenhagen, gosh, I don't remember how long, but it is one of our favorite trips. We vlogged it, it's on my channel, but Copenhagen has been one of my favorite places. And this reminds me of the round tower that we visited. This, I'm actually not sure what it reminds me of, but I feel like this is a classic style to start with. And this bigger one reminds me of when we cycled along Copenhagen, like a little bit further out, and they have all these funky like buildings or like architecture that's just like residential places. And I love that it reminds of Copenhagen rather than just random houses. So these are something that I plan to add on every year. Hopefully they make it every year, just to show you guys by them. And they are Copenhagen based design studio, which is super cool. But yeah, I just thought this is something that we can add on to the fireplace year after year. But basically that's how far along I am with Christmas decorations. Today is just more about sharing with you guys the Christmas inspirations I have for this year, and just a little bits that I ordered so far, you know, in reference to the mood board that I shared. I think that is it for my, what would you call it, getting ready for Christmas mood board ideas video. I hope you guys find it inspirational or excited for Christmas. Let me know what you guys are doing for this year's Christmas decoration. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And hopefully there are a lot more Christmas content coming along. With that said, I think I'm going to wrap up today's video. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed the more casual pajama sit down type of video. And I shall see you guys in my next one. Take care guys, bye!